Hey guys, sorry about that. I just had someone come over. I just had to sort them out. Okay. So let's what was I doing this right? Here. Open inventory. So when you open the inventory, we basically want to create a slot for every single column and every single row. So for each column we're going to create one, and then for each column we're going to create like 5 rows, for example. So I think originally in the video it was slots X first and then slots Y, but then I think it was it turned out to be better and it worked more mathematically correct if it was slots Y then slots X. So it's creating the rows, so it's creating one row, then creating say for example 5 columns. So then I'll create second row and then 5 columns. So 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, and it'll just continue to go like that. So it's for example, yeah, I hope that makes sense. So we're just going to, I don't know why that is there. I have no idea. Assuming it's got something to do with this, or oh, okay, yeah, it's its own sort of loop, I think. Yeah, it's creating yeah, right. I just follow that sort of thing. Okay, integer I equals 0, so creating an integer. So then 4, and this one was I don't want to copy it over because last time I did that was a bit hard for you guys to follow, and yeah, that was really silly of me and I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, sorry about that, but just trying to get this hard stuff done, and then we can get into the more stuff I know about. So well, I mean, this is a real learning curve for me as well, doing these videos. It's really great. So I just love I love doing it. It's really good because I get to learn the code while also helping you guys out, and it's I don't know, it's just great. Slots Y, then Y++, and I believe the same. The bottom one's the same. The next one is the same. So you go 4 integer X equals 0, and then we're going to go X is less than slots X Y X++, sorry, X++. And so that's that. And then what do we do next? So we're creating a rectangular box for each one, and I'm actually going to copy this, but I'll make sure I go through it with you guys. So copy that one because that's a big friggin' line, and it's easy code. It's just got lots of mathematical small little mathematical things that are happening to it. So the way I did it is I figured out how big. I spent like 30 minutes working on just this line of code. I mean, it gets tedious at times, but you get great outcomes. So basically what I did was I calculated how big each box was, how big the space was in between each box I wanted, how big the whole thing needed to be, and so then I did, okay, I'll put it in the middle of the screen at the corner of the first box, and then what I had to do is to take half the size of that. So slot rect, call it slot rect, that's what I'm calling it for now, equals new rect, and then you need the rect style, bracket screen dot width. So this one is how far in it is. I think it's from the left and right, how far in it is. So from the left, so screen dot width divided by 2, so in the middle of the screen, and then it's going to be about here. It's going to start here and then just go tile across. So then I had to change it. So then I added on top of that. So what it's going to do is it's going to follow the formula first. So it's going to go divide first. It's going to divide the screen dot width divided by 2, get that pixel, get that number, and it's going to add on whatever this is. So it's going to go X times 110, and so I believe that was the box plus some extra thing or something, I'm not sure, some extra size or something. So it's going to go calculate this. So say it was 2, it's going to go 2 times 110, so then it's going to be 210 for example, and then it's going to add those two together, and then with those two values it's going to then There's a lot of mathematical formula. If you need to stop, just pause it and just copy it down. It's just easier to do it that way. So it's going to minus, and it's going to first calculate the stuff in the brackets. So slots X, so what slot we're up to. Say we're up to 5 or 4 or 3. Let's say 2, for example. Again, it's going to times that by 100, so 200, and then divide that by 2, and it's going to be 100. So then that's the left. That's like left and right, where it is position left and right. So that's just that bit. And essentially it's the same sort of stuff for the next bit. It's just screen dot height divided by 2. It's going to get that. Then it's going to add on y divided by 110. So that's 1, not times. So times, not divided by. So it's going to be 100 and 110. Add those two together. Then it's going to subtract this whole amount together. So what it's going to do is get slots y. Say it was 3 times 100. 300 divided by 2 is 150. So one is going to subtract 150 and calculate that. And then it's going to, and that's it. That's going to position it perfectly in the center. I believe it's perfectly in the center for now. I kind of just put it there, and I think I just stopped. And this is how big each box is, how big each rectangle is. So it's 100 by 100. So I found that to be, fine for me. So do whatever you guys want to do. If you want to play with that, play with that. But that took me a while to do. So I mean, you feel free to do whatever you want. Then you just create a GUI.box. So that's just creating a variable of type rect. And then this one, GUI.box. Actually, I'll recode that one. So GUI box, and that's going to be of type a rect, so it's going to be slot rect, and it's going to be the content, and the content is x.toString. So for the moment it's just going to count it, so x.toString, because that's a integer at the moment, so it's just going to calculate to the string. And then what we're going to do is say whatever is in our slots, and we're going to put in so for each one, I think it was, if it's outside this one, still in X, so it's going to do that twice. Slots I, and equal that to inventory I. And once again, I'm not entirely 100% sure why I've got both of these. I think it's slots is just the empty slots, and inventory is the inventory, so it's just going to clear your inventory, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but if you really want to find out, I'll put the video, if I can find it, in the description below, so make sure you check that out. Then we're going to create an if statement and go if slots I, not one, sorry, I dot name, item name is equals null. Is not equal to null. Sorry, if it's full, not equal. Oh, okay, no. So this one, it makes the empty slots equal to the inventory. What we already have in our inventory when we draw it. If there's stuff in our inventory, then it's going to do something. It's going to draw the box based on. It's going to put the item name in there instead of the number of the thing. If that makes sense. It's pretty easy now I actually understand. So GUI.box, and we're going to go, I think what this is doing is just actually creating one on top. So slot rect, and item name, no, sorry, slots, we'll do slots, no, inventory I dot name. So that's pretty much the same thing, so I'll just copy that one over. And that's that. Alright, so then we end that if statement, and straight after that we put I++. So it does that for each and every slot we have. So that's the end of that one. Now we just got a little bit more, so we'll just quickly do this. Void add item. Alright, 1 second, I have to be back again. Sorry about the wait again. I'll just be right back.